Kathleen, and I do Babies, Bubbles, and Books story time here at the Rogers Public Library every Monday and every Thursday morning at 10:30 in the morning with all of these bubbles. Get them out of my face a little bit so I can see you. Today I want to talk to you about another of the 6 early literacy skills that you can work on development in your child, your infant especially. This is a skill that you can use from newborn babies, say 3 months or so, way on past to kindergarten age. But I'm going to focus just on newborns, pre-verbal babies, pre-walkers, and walkers. So say 3 months to about 2.5 years. The skill I'm going to talk to you about is called letter knowledge. Now that doesn't mean that a 3-month-old is going to know what an A is. Not at all. But it's a way to develop the skill of recognizing letters for your baby. And I'm going to share with you some ideas on how to do that. Part of what a baby needs to be able to learn the difference between letters is simply what is different. What is the same? What is different? And a way that you can teach that skill is by talking with your baby during play, during getting dressed, trips outside to the grocery store, things like that. Show them comparisons of these two things are the same, these two things are soft, these two things are red, these two things are hard. And then show them differences as well. Show them a soft washcloth in the bathtub and then bang on the side of the tub and show them this is soft and this is hard. Just those very elemental steps of differences will tune their brain in to learning about differences when it comes to letters. For example, the letter N, lowercase, and the letter H, lowercase, are almost the same letter. The only difference is that line on the H, right? So in order for a child to learn that, when they start writing and reading down the road, they need to be able to recognize these are almost the same letters, but not quite. There's a difference there. So teaching differences and sameness is a really important skill. Also, you don't have to do flashcards. You don't have to, make it very academic. Children learn through play, especially babies and toddlers. They learn with their senses. They see, they hear, they smell, they taste. So anything that incorporates play with learning is a great thing to do. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks today to help play a game with your baby, but at the same time give you an idea of how you can incorporate that play with the skill we need to learn to recognize letters later on down the road when they get ready to read. One of the best options for play is to use drawings and of course use books. And I've mentioned this before, use books as a plaything, especially for very young babies. Books like this obviously is about shapes. Distinguishing shapes is also very important when it comes to learning letters later on, because they'll see this is a rectangle, this is a triangle. These look different. And again, this one's more of a play type of book because it's got the touchy-feely pages and shows realistic pictures of objects. And that's important for babies and young children as well, because they can recognize these things in their life and connect it back to a shape. We have some other great books here at the library that deal with strictly shapes, and shapes are a good tool to start recognizing letter shapes. The letter A, for example, is really an upside down triangle, right, with a line across it, uppercase. Things like that will help that baby to learn a little bit later down the road what shape a letter is made out of. This one also is in Spanish, which is great. Maybe you can throw a little Spanish language learning in there. But these have great pictures. You can discuss the pictures. You can talk about this is a tree, but it's also a triangle. And then point those things out in your trips around town and if you're with your toys at home as well. Anything like this that you can use with your child to get their brain tuned into looking at their world makes a huge difference later on down the line when it comes time to start reading. And now I'm going to show you a couple of games you can play with your baby. These do not have to be very serious. It's all about play, especially for little guys. The first one I'm going to show you is especially fun for very, very young babies, as long as they're sitting on their own. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a game that you play with a ball for very young infants. They should be sitting with the help of my puppet, Frida, who's going to take the baby's place today. And she's going to help me roll this ball with the assistance of our producer, Miss Joy. Let's see if we can't give you an example here of how to play a really fun game, but also incorporate that letter knowledge as well. We're just going to roll the ball back and forth. Any sitting baby and even preschoolers like this game, but this is especially fun for very young babies because they're just sitting and don't have a lot of large motor coordination just yet, but they can roll a ball. So here we go. We roll the ball to baby, whoops. Roll the ball to baby, it's rolling down the track. We roll the ball to baby, if I could throw it right, and baby rolls it back. We roll the ball, it's rolling, we roll it down the track. We roll the ball to baby, and baby rolls it back. Yay, Frida! And that's a good time too, while you're chanting along and while you're playing, you can talk about the shape of the ball, that it's round. You can talk about this particular ball is squishy, which is kind of a fun word to say. You can talk about the sound that this particular ball makes, but if you're using a regular play ball, talk about the color. Do you see the blue color, Frida, as I roll the ball to you? Yes, you do. Do you see how hard and round that ball is? Very good. Things like that. It's not anything that has to be serious and academic. Just throw in a couple of words here and there, and babies grasp all of that. They're like little sponges. So have fun with that rhyme and your sitting up baby, and see if it doesn't help them learn some new skills and some new concepts. So now I'm going to show you a great fun little song, rhyme, game to play with an older child. This is great fun for 18 months and up because by maybe 18, 20 months they're starting to get verbal, can repeat back to you words. We're going to use just very simple shapes, circle, triangle, square, and again that's going to reiterate alphabet letters later down the road. This is just a fun way to try to do a guessing game with your baby. Be sure to pause, and you'll see the portion of the song. Be sure to pause and give your baby, excuse me, a chance to guess the shape. Older babies over 2, they very well might know all these shapes, and that's great. Then perhaps you could add in, well, a round shape is also an O, and then show them an actual letter, part of an A, things like that to kind of connect it for them if they're older, because that helps them as well. So here's this song. It's kind of fun. Also, I meant to tell you, also, I'm going to show you how you can use same and different in this little easy song too. Are you ready? Okay. Do you know what shape this is? What shape this is? What shape this is? Do you know what shape this is I'm holding in my hand? And then here's where you pause and let them try to guess. It's a circle. You're right. It is a circle, just like these circles. Do you see how these circles are the same? They're all round, but they're also different. These 2 circles are blue, and this circle is yellow. Very good. And then we'll repeat that with other shapes. Do you know what shape this is? What shape this is? What shape this is? Do you know what shape this is I'm holding in my hand? A square, you're right. And even if you try it with younger children and they don't know the shape, tell them the shape. It'll help them learn. You're right, it is a square. Just like these 2 squares, they're all the same shape, but a different color. Very good. And now let's try this shape. Do you know what shape this is? What shape this is? What shape this is? Do you know what shape this is I'm holding in my hand? And look at that, I'm holding it in a strange way. Most babies are used to be able to see a triangle this direction, this direction, this direction. Doesn't matter, it's still a triangle, 3 sides. Right, a triangle, yay, very good. 2 triangles here, triangle here, these are the same. Blue color, this is different, yellow color, but they're all a triangle. It's really just that easy to play a simple game like that. You don't have to have a fancy cutout shape like I have. Just draw it on a piece of paper. That's fine. You can also make it into a memory game where you have several of these drawn on smaller like index cards. Turn them all over, see if they can match the shapes together or match the colors together. Anything that shows them alike and different shapes It's all going to help with letter knowledge later on down the road. Well, I hope you've enjoyed these tricks and these tips, and I encourage you to join us for baby story time Mondays or Thursdays or both days at 10:30 in the morning here at the Rogers Public Library. We have a whole lot of fun, and we try to share some early literacy skills with you so that you can help your baby learn, tap into that knowledge. Please join us, and I'll see you next time.